Hello everybody. In this video, we will try to understand something more about Anuradha Nakshatra. In the previous video, we tried to understand Anuradha Nakshatra is a nakshatra of friendship, nakshatra of learning, nakshatra of growing on problems. So Anuradha energy tries to learn more and more by problems and it becomes very successful thereafter. It's a subsequent success. The meaning of Anuradha is actually a subsequent success. And one more thing is Anuradha's deity is Mitra. So one of the 12 Adityas is a symbol of friendship. Anuradha never comes alone. It means the Mitra, one of the 12 Adityas, it never comes alone. It comes with Varuna, also with Aryaman. Varuna is the symbolism is a deity of Shatabhisha Nakshatra, and Aryaman is related to Uttara Falguni Nakshatra. So basically, Anuradha, Uttara Falguni, Shatabhisha, they can get along very easily. They are like friends, they can understand each other better. So it's for friendship, I am telling you. And one more thing is Anuradha's main symbolism is lotus. Lotus generally grows on muddy waters and it's very pure, even though there's so much of muddy waters around in a pond. In a pond, if you observe the lotus is very pure. The purity is present in lotus. So Anuradha is also symbolism for spirituality. The nakshatra has a lot of energy related to symbolism and devotion. So energy of worship, so much of energy of worship. It's because Anuradha nakshatra's energy also consists of what is called as Radhana Shakti, the energy of worship, the energy of devotion, the energy of spirituality. It's a very positive nakshatra. It's the only nakshatra which is having the forces of Mars and Saturn very much balanced. You can understand Mars and Saturn, even though they are very malefic to look at, but you can observe their positive powers are very much balanced up in the Anuradha Nakshatra. Because Martian energy is present in this nakshatra because it is in the sign of Scorpio, whereas Saturn's energy is present here because Anuradha's ruler is actually Scorpio. Saturn. Anuradha's nakshatra's ruler is Saturn. So Saturn's energy and also the Scorpio's ruler, that is Mars energy, both are mixed up here, but both are very nicely balanced, you can say. And Anuradha Nakshatra energy people can guide others very nicely and people believe them very easily. And even they can guide, they can work as mediators between enemies also. Between two enemies, if you introduce an Anuradha energy person as a mediator, then the two enemies also can work together. So they have some kind of leadership qualities. They're basically hardworking. The leadership qualities of Anuradha are something like, a leader is also a kind of servant. That kind of leadership they can play because they like to work hard. Basically, the Anuradha Nakshatra ruler is Saturn. Saturn is the Karma Karaka. Saturn always likes to work, right? So, basically they are hardworking. They want to learn more and more. They want to and also their plan is always with the universal scheme of things. Anuradha's energy is in alignment with the universal scheme of things. So you can clearly understand Anuradha is mainly into spirituality. If Anuradha people are, not included in the material bondage, right, at some point of time they can easily go into spirituality. They are very much attracted to spirituality because of that Saturn's energy. Saturn is very much related to this kind of spirituality, focus, concentration, and also on discipline, doing the things regularly, right? So This kind of behavior you can easily understand in Anuradha energy. So Anuradha's energy is very positive, you can say, but in the age of Kali, every nakshatra basically has both positive and negative qualities. But in the age of Kali, you can understand every nakshatra is exhibiting its negative qualities more. And in the age of Kali, if you observe, what are the negative qualities of Anuradha that find uh, you can find reflecting more. The main negative thing for Anuradha is they are very much open to discussion, any kind of discussion. The discussion can range from any to any. So open discussion, open debates. So such a kind of energy, discussing everything with everybody, right? Without any. So if you observe, they have some kind of some malefic sexual energy, let us say. Just imagine what kind of discussions they may have. The kind of discussions they may have are very unbounded, right? So the excessive openness and also the friendship, they are open to friendship with anybody. They are ready to communicate with the children, with the very small children, and they are very much okay with communicating with very older people. They are okay to communicate with introverts, extroverts. They are okay to communicate with more evolved people, less evolved people. They are very much okay with economic levels, political levels, social levels, whatever levels you take. The lower level people to higher level people, they are okay to communicate with anyone. Their openness, the excessive openness, is one of the drawbacks, and they are open to discuss anything. That is one drawback. And the kind of friendship, they are open to do friendship with anybody in the society, because their main deity is Mitra, a friend. They can see anybody as a friend. So this kind of behavior, you can understand in which areas they can, in which areas they may go, and in the age of Kali they may have problems, right? So this is the areas. And if you understand the logic oriented approach of this particular nakshatra, is also very reasonable. They are logical oriented also. So they are attracted to material sciences like mathematics and physics because of their logical thinking. And the ability of Anuradha to combine logic, intuition, and freedom of thought produces deep thinkers in every field. They are basically deep thinkers. You can understand the Saturn thinking. Saturn thinking is very slow and systematic, and also Saturn wants more clarity sometimes, right? So you can observe this kind of behavior with them. So numbers, they are very good with numbers. They are good with mathematics generally. And they are very much interested in hidden things, occult sciences, mundane astrology, or any kind of Vedic astrology, occult sciences, because they are into the Scorpio, the middle of the Scorpio they are touching. So obviously you can understand their interest in the secrets and hidden things in the world. Mysteries, basically, they are very much interested in mysteries as well. So Anuradha always try to broaden its horizons in relation to the area of interest. In whichever area they find some interest, they try to go deeper and deeper, right? So the more evolved the soul, you can understand. The more they try to deepen into the stuff and try to understand it better. So natives with strong influence of Anuradha energy, also they are very much friendly, as we discussed, and also they are very spiritual. And the social behavior, it's you can understand, it depends upon their social behavior, depends upon other planetary positions as well. Their ascendant lord also means their lagna lord. But generally, they try to consider everybody as a friend. That is a fundamental thing, right? That's one of the gifts that God has given them, considering everybody as a friend. they are okay with everybody, they are ready to do friendship with anybody. So Anuradha natives are usually seen making special effort to put people at ease and love to act as a bridge between people, groups, and organizations. That's where they can make communication between two different people, and they can organize things well. So, hidden things, occult sciences, they are very much interested. They are extremely sensitive on emotional plane, but at the outer side, you may find them very hard to look at. Because of that Martian energy, you can find them very strong and strict outer an outer plane. But inside, in the emotional level, if you observe, they are very sensitive. So they're good organizers generally. So they're often seen to be the founders and leaders of different organizations. They can get into some responsible positions just because of their hardworking nature. You need to understand what is their 10th position basically. You cannot just say any Anuradha person can become a leader of some organization. You cannot say that. 10th house has more say in this particular thing in your horoscope, because a 10th house is actually it actually reflects your work energy. So, but Anuradha is generally positive. They are hardworking. They are intelligent enough to do good things, good work, uh, and they can act as mediators between two different people, even between enemies. And also, they are very much organizing. They are very good at learning. They want to learn more and more. So with these qualities, you can say they can become leaders of some organization. But if the 10th house doesn't support much, then it may not happen, right? The 10th house support must be present. So they have original minds actually. It's original minds in the sense they love some kind knowledge, their understanding, experience. There are so many positive things when you talk about Anuradha. You actually talk about so many positive things. So they channel their emotional energy in the form of devotion, on some higher deity, on some universal energy, or for a cause, or they are very much spiritual, you can say. They're versatile, in the area that they learn. They can combine their talent with other talents and they can produce something better. They have some constant, they are good in interaction. They basically love the communication. They enjoy that, they have that joyful energy when they are expressing the things. They have the power to worship, you know and of course, if you observe Anuradha people, they generally spend some amount of time in their life alone. That is also that every Anuradha person, uh, if you observe, generally, if a person has a lot of Anuradha energy in their horoscope, you can generally say uh, they they have some they might have spent some time alone at one point of their lives, right? And that is one thing. And their curiosity to travel, of course, you need to understand the third house energy here, because they like to explore. Anuradhas, another meaning is exploration. They want to explore more and more things. They like to know the things more and more. They enjoy in doing it. They enjoy an exploration. So they try to explore the new areas, new lands, new places. They are interested in that. So you, even though they are very much interested in exploring different places, we need to understand whether they are lazy or not based on the whole horoscope. If they are very much lazy, even though they want to visit so many great places, new places, historical places, mysterious places, but still they may not go, because you need to check the their traveling energy. and whether the person is lazy enough or not. So this kind of things you can understand by seeing the horoscope. If all of them are supporting, then yes, they can become good travelers as well, especially the foreign lands. So they have quite an easy time relating to and adjusting to foreign environments in comparison to other nakshatras. Because they like to take everybody, they like to consider everyone as a friend, right? So living in foreign lands is usually very satisfying and fruitful for them as well, because they like to enjoy the new things and mysterious things and exciting things. So the Radhana Shakti, Anuradha basically has this Radhana Shakti, the power of worship, the devotion, uh, you know, devotion to different universal energies. So whenever you talk about Anuradha, you generally talk about spirituality, devotion. These are very common things for Anuradha energy. So it is considered as a passive nakshatra. So it's highly passive energy, just like a seaside. That passive energy is because of that balancing, controlling, very controlled behavior they have. Means Mars and the Martian energy and the Saturn energy, they are completely balanced in this particular nakshatra. Is one of the beautiful things. So the passivity comes from that point of view, and they are very much service oriented because Saturn is present. Saturn is the ruler of this nakshatra. So you can understand their leadership is something like a leader is nothing but servant to those those he leads. Such kind of energy you can always understand, can always get from Anuradha. They are not like a royal leaders, but they are like they also work like a servant, but they might be leaders of some organization, but in that organization also you can find them working continuously doing some hard work, right? Because Saturn is basically the ruler of this nakshatra. And that is one thing you can understand. And if you try to understand different padas of this nakshatra, the first pada is varying from 3 degree 20 minutes to 6 degree 40 minutes of Scorpio. So every Saturn nakshatra, you know, you can understand it. Basically, you can see the other uh, nakshatras also, right? So every Saturn nakshatra you can find, because after Jupiter nakshatra, let us say you take a Jupiter nakshatra like Vishakha. So Jupiter nakshatra covers from Aries, Taurus, Gemini and Cancer, right? After Jupiter comes the Saturn nakshatra. So the Saturn nakshatra completes another four, right? That are from Leo, Virgo, Libra and Scorpio, the four, right? And then if you take another one, right? Like after Saturn, after Anuradha, you have Jyeshtha, which is a Mercury nakshatra. So this Mercury nakshatra covers the next four, that is from Sagittarius to Pisces. You can see them covering the four. And if you see another one, the Ketu nakshatra, the Moola, then you can see the four Aries to Cancer, right? They are covered. So after Moola, you have what is called, after Ketu nakshatra, you have a Shukra nakshatra, Venus nakshatra is Purva Shadha. So Purva Shadha you can also find covering from Leo to Scorpio. After Purva Shadha, you have Uttara Shadha, which is a Sun's nakshatra. And Sun's nakshatra covers the last four. That's from Sagittarius to Pisces. So after Uttarashada, so Purvashada, Uttarashada and then Shravana. Shravana again covers the four, right? So this way you can see the nine set of nakshatras from Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, Rohini, Mrigashira, Rudra, Punarvasu, Pushyami, Aslesha. This is one set, right? So for each set you can understand the first three nakshatras cover the whole zodiac in the Navamsha. That is, Ashwini is a Ketu nakshatra. In the Navamsha it covers from, each pada covers from Aries to Cancer. And after that you can find Bharani, which covers from Leo to Scorpio. Then you can find Ashwini Bharani Kritika, which is a Sun's Nakshatra. Sun's Nakshatra actually covers the four. That's from the four Sagittarius to Pisces in the Navamsha. So Kritika first pada I can find Sagittarius, Kritika second pada I can find Capricorn, Kritika third pada Aquarius, and Kritika fourth pada I can find Pisces. So Ashwini Bharani Kritika Rohini is a moon's nakshatra. So as a moon's nakshatra, Rohini covers again uh, Aries to Cancer. So you can understand every moon's nakshatra covers Aries to Cancer. After that, Ashwini Bharani Kritika Rohini Mrigashira is a Martian nakshatra. Mrigasira, you can find it covers from Leo to Scorpio. So Ashwini Bharani Kritika Rohini Mrigashira Arudra is a Rahu nakshatra covering from Sagittarius to Pisces, right? In the Navamsha, Kritika Rohini Mrigashira Arudra Punarvasu. Punarvasu is a Jupiter nakshatra which is covering from Aries to Cancer, right? Punarvasu, and then Pushyami is a Saturn nakshatra covering from Leo to Scorpio. So here Pushyami, which is basically a Saturn nakshatra, is covering from Leo to Scorpio, right? Leo to Scorpio. So you can easily understand every Saturn nakshatra is covering from Leo to Scorpio in the Navamsha, right? Just like how a Jupiter nakshatra like Punarvasu or Vishakha, Purva Bhadrapada is covering from Aries to Cancer in the Navamsha, covering from Aries to Cancer in the Navamsha in the sense every Jupiter nakshatra's first pada. So if a planet is present in a Jupiter nakshatra's first pada, you can find the same planet in the Navamsha chakra in the sign of Aries. And every Jupiter nakshatra's second pada, if any planet is present there, then in the Navamsha chakra I can find it going in the Taurus. And every Jupiter's nakshatra's third pada, if a planet is present there, then you can see that planet in the Navamsha chakra going in the sign of Gemini. And every whatever planet is present in a Jupiter nakshatra's fourth pada, that particular planet goes in the sign of Cancer, right? Now if you take a Saturn nakshatra, the Saturn nakshatras are Pushyami, Anuradha and Uttara Bhadrapada. And the first pada of any Saturn nakshatra, if a planet is present there, it goes to the sign of Leo. Now here we're talking about Anuradha Nakshatra. So Anuradha Nakshatra first pada is actually first pada goes in the Leo Navamsha, right? Just as we discussed till now. So Leo Navamsha is ruled by, obviously it's Leo Navamsha is ruled by Sun. So what are the energies here? Sun, Saturn and Mars. Because in the Lagna chakra, you can easily identify Anuradha Nakshatra is in the Scorpio sign. So Anuradha is Saturn and Scorpio is Mars. And in the Navamsha, you can see Anuradha first pada is actually giving the energy of Sun, that is Leo Navamsha. So Sun, Saturn, Mars. Just imagine Sun, Saturn and Mars here. Just you can understand Saturn and Mars balance is present in Anuradha. In this balance, Sun is also adding into the picture. So the emphasis here is on understanding one's inner self. Here Sun is yourself, right? So this Mars and Saturn balance in the Anuradha Nakshatra is giving a kind of understanding to the Anuradha energy person. So what he is going to understand here is his self, because Sun is your ego, Sun is yourself, right? And applying that understanding in the outer world through career, So the tendency towards excessive pride or militancy, right, is present here. The excessive pride is present because sun has that pride aspect always. So what the Anuradha 1 energy person, Anuradha first pada energy persons uh, may have is excessive pride, right? So that excessive pride is present. So that intense energy is always available because of Martian energy here. And Sun, Mars, Jupiter, and Ketu are very strong in Anuradha first pada because Sun obviously it goes to the Leo Navamsha, and Mars, of course, Mars is very good in the Leo sign. Jupiter can also do well there in the Vamsha. So Ketu. So Anuradha first pada, Sun, Mars, Jupiter, and Ketu are generally treated as very good because even some people consider Ketu's own house is in this Scorpio. Some people say Ketu's own house is Sagittarius, right? But Scorpio is also can be related to Ketu most of the times, and Anuradha energy is very much related to Ketu because of the spirituality aspect, and Ketu is always in Moksha Karaka. And the second pada, and some people say Ketu's own house can be Pisces because Pisces is the 12th sign, natural 12th sign, which is very much related to moksha. Some people relate Pisces energy also with Ketu, but Ketu's energy is very much related to Scorpio as well, and Anuradha's energy is also very much related to Ketu as well, because Anuradha has spirituality and Ketu is spirituality, right? And so Ketu can do very well in Anuradha first pada. So Sun, Mars, Jupiter are also, they also can do very well here in Anuradha first pada. This is the second pada of Anuradha, 6 degree 40 minutes to 10 degree of Scorpio. It falls in the next one. After Leo Navamsha, you can see Virgo Navamsha. So any Saturn Nakshatra second pada falls into Virgo Navamsha. So it's Virgo Navamsha. So Mercury is coming into the picture. Mercury is also a balancing planet. And here already there is a balance of Mars and Saturn in the Anuradha Nakshatra, and in the Anuradha second pada, as Mercury is also coming into the picture, it can increase the balance, right? As it is a neutral planet and also balancing planet, balancing element. So this pada, second pada, is always about continuous learning because Mercury is present. Mercury is always about academics, about learning, about logical thinking. As the time grows up, as the Anuradha second pada people are growing up, they become very much logical logical thinking personalities. Of course, they always have this continuous learning aspect. They have the discipline, they have that organizing capabilities. Generally, Anuradha Nakshatra second pada is very comfortable. People say. So this pada, they also very much have, this pada has this mysterious mysteries liking energy, mysteries of the universe. Uh, so understanding the mystery, they like it a lot. The Anuradha second people are numbers, calculation, classification. This kind of things are also very good. It's a Pushkara Navamsha pada, basically. It's a very auspicious, generally people say, Anuradha second. So it promises fulfillment of any kind of objectives in their life, right? So Mercury and Rahu are very, very strong here. If you have Rahu or Mercury in the Anuradha second pada, you're very lucky, you can say. So the third pada of Anuradha Nakshatra, so it varies from 10 degrees of Scorpio to 13 degree 20 minutes of Scorpio, and of course after Virgo Navamsha you have Libra Navamsha, so it falls Anuradha. So any planet which is present in the Anuradha, any Saturn's nakshatra, any planet present in the Saturn nakshatra's third pada goes into the Libra Navamsha. So Libra Navamsha is obviously ruled by Venus. So Anuradha third pada is always about arts, music, occult sciences, because Venus is very good for occult sciences. So there is always a certain degree of self-undoing and wastefulness associated with this pada. So they try to do something and they understand, okay, it's not the right thing, and they try to undo it. That wastefulness is present in the Anuradha third pada. That is the drawback here. So planets here give a highly sociable nature because of that Libra Navamsha. Libra is always about socializing, right? So that Venus is energy is coming in the picture. So Venus and Saturn both are coming here, because Saturn, Mars and Venus. Saturn and so Venus and Saturn suit this Padas energies, more than other energies. So you can understand Saturn and Venus, whichever is present in Anuradha third pada, is very good generally. Right? Saturn and Venus can do well in Anuradha third pada, and it can make them good in arts, music, right? Occult sciences. So that is Anuradha third pada is also very good. So the fourth pada are the fourth quarter, you can say, the 13 degree 20 minutes to 16 degree 40 minutes of Scorpio falls into the Scorpio Navamsha itself. So more Martian energy you can see here. So any planet which is present in a Saturn Nakshatra's fourth pada, it falls into the Scorpio Navamsha. So there is abundant energy available here. So because Mars is energy, excessive strength. So to pursue all kind of their goals, Anuradha 4 is very, very powerful to, they can very, very passionately, with a lot of strength, they can achieve their goals. So only struggle here lies in channelizing this particular energy constructively, because they are provided with lot of energy. So when you are given some 10 rupees, you can spend them very nicely. 100 rupees, yes, you have that control. What if I give you lakhs and lakhs of crores? You may lose that control, you may lose that balance, of channelizing that energy. So more and more Martian energy is present here in Anuradha fourth pada. There is a drawback that if they cannot control this energy, that energy goes wasteful, or it may lead to some kind of destructive energy, because they are provided with a lot of energy. If they use for constructive purposes and it goes, it's going to be excellent. And generally they try to use it for constructive purposes only, because Anuradha is basically a positive nakshatra. It always runs in tune with the universal scheme of things. So Anuradha fourth is generally a comfortable pada, right? So that is one thing. So planets here function from a plane of excessive passion and excessive emotion, because Martian energy is more. Martian energy is more. So they can give the ability to achieve much if the rest of the nativity supports it. They can achieve more and more things if other planetary positions are very well. They can use this excessive energy for constructive purposes very nicely if other planetary positions are very good. Sun, Jupiter and Ketu are better suited here in this pada. So if Sun is present, or Jupiter is present, Ketu is present, because these can actually, Ketu is also called as Jnana Karaka. Ketu can give a lot of Jnana. So with this Jnana, they can use the energy in constructive purposes. And of course, no need to say how Jupiter thinks in Anuradha 4, so it's always auspicious. So Sun, Jupiter and Ketu are said to be very good here in the Anuradha 4th pada. So that's it. Anuradha 2nd is the Pushkara Navamsha pada. That is a very auspicious one. And after that, Anuradha 4, if proper utilization of the energy is present, then it goes very constructively. And Anuradha first pada, of course, it has some intense energy. I have excessive pride coming to the picture. And Anuradha third is very good for artistic talents, music, and sociable nature. So that's about Anuradha energy, and we'll talk more about Anuradha energy in our upcoming videos, right? What kind of understanding you have here. So generally, whenever this Rahu and Mercury are present in Anuradha second, that's going to be very good because Mercury feels very comfortable there, right? Even Rahu considers that Virgo as its own sign. So when Rahu or Mercury is present in Anuradha second pada, then obviously it goes in the Navamsha chakra, it goes into Virgo, whether it's Rahu or Mercury. So presence of Rahu and Mercury in Virgo it seems to be very comfortable because Virgo's energy very much aligned with Mercury or Rahu. So that's it. So any Saturn for padas, you can understand the first pada always goes to the Leo sign, second pada goes to Virgo, and third pada goes to Libra, and fourth pada goes to Scorpio. So it's very interesting to see a Saturn's nakshatra first pada going to its father Leo in the Navamsha. Leo is related to Sun, so it's birth, right? And the first pada is something like a birth, if you understand. So Saturn nakshatra's birth is going to its father, and Saturn nakshatra's ending is with the Scorpio sign. Scorpio is of course consists of, in the middle it consists of the Saturn energy itself. It's very, it's going from father to self. In the Navamsha, this travel seems to be very nice, and finding a balance with Mercury is very good. With any Saturn nakshatra, second pada going to the Virgo sign, it seems to be very, Virgo seems to be a very kind of service oriented and balancing thing. So it's very interesting. Any Saturn nakshatra is very interesting. So thanks for watching this video. We'll try to understand more about Anuradha Nakshatra in our upcoming videos. Thank you.